For me, I think that failure in itself is actually very motivating. And even though sometimes, of course, it can make you down from an experimental standpoint, as long as you have a really strong hypothesis and as long as you know how to go about answering that type of question, then you know that eventually you will get to some answer.
Dr. Kizzmekia S. Corbett is an inspiring scientist whose work on the COVID-19 vaccine allowed it to be produced as quickly as it was, greatly reducing the amount of cases, the duration of the pandemic, and the lives lost. She has taken a prominent role as a vaccine educator, reaching out especially to communities of color which have been disproportionately impacted by COVID-19 due to healthcare disparities. She went from a summer intern at research laboratories to the head immunologist who did crucial work on the COVID-19 vaccine. Her story, among those of many inspiring African Americans, disproves any prejudice we, as a people, have developed either consciously or subconsciously, that some people are less than or not as capable as others. Black History Month gives us a chance to recognize these amazing people and continue to combat injustice and racism within our society. Corbett was born on January 26, 1986, in Hurdle Mills, North Carolina, to Rhonda Brooks. Corbett was educated in local schools where gifts were spotted by her teachers. She was picked for a summer program called Project Seed in the 10th grade that aimed at minority students, interning at the University of North Carolina, UNC, at Chapel Hill in the summer. She also interned at SUNY Stonebrook Labs, where she studied a pathogen called Yersinia pseudotuberculosis, a bacteria that causes scarlet fever in humans. Later in life, she earned her bachelor's science degree in biological sciences and sociology at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC, in 2008 with a full scholarship while working as a lab tech at the University of Maryland Nursing School. From 2006 to 2009, Corbett worked as a biological sciences trainer at the National Institute of Health, NIH, alongside the deputy director of the Dale and Betty Bumpers Vaccine Research Center, more commonly known as the VRC. There, she studied the pathogenesis of an infant and childhood respiratory tract infection called respiratory syncytial virus. She completed her graduate work back at UNC Chapel Hill, researching antibody responses to dengue virus for her PhD in microbiology and immunology. She became a research fellow at NIH and an immunologist with the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, NIAID, shortly after graduation, eventually earning numerous awards for her critical research. Dr. Corbett began her research at NIH, working on the development of vaccines for two types of coronaviruses: severe acute respiratory syndrome, otherwise known as SARS, and Middle East respiratory syndrome, otherwise known as MERS. Dr. Corbett, along with her team members, identified the spike protein in COVID-19 at the time of the virus's emergence in December of 2019. The claw-like protein shape permeates healthy human skin, infecting the person with the virus. Because of this work, she was chosen to lead a team of scientists who partnered with a biotechnology company named Moderna in the development of a promising vaccine. The vaccine prompts the body's immune system to react when the spike found in COVID-19 is detected using a genetic code sequence, blocking the infection process. On March 3rd, 2020, Dr. Corbett shared her research with President Donald Trump during his NIH tour, leading to the authorization of a $8.3 billion emergency coronavirus response, which included at least $3 billion for accelerated research on a vaccine and treatment. Awards such as Kaiser Permanente's African Americans in Healthcare Award in 2021, the African American Association for the Advancement of Science's the Golden Goose Award in 2020, the Foundation for National Institutes of Health's Salzman Memorial Award in Virology in 2020, and numerous others honored Corbett's research during her various academic exploits. Dr. Corbett has taken a prominent role in educating people about the vaccine, especially to communities of color who were disproportionately affected by COVID-19. She bridges the gap between vaccine science and public understanding by explaining it to the people. She invests much of her time advocating for STEM education as well, volunteering at schools to provide a role model for children in under-resourced communities to encourage careers in STEM. Overall, Dr. Corbett's story continues to inspire, with her critical role in the development of the COVID vaccine, saving millions of lives, as well as her numerous academic achievements, going from an aspiring high school student to a brilliant doctor, whose work has changed the lives of many for the better. Her dedication and success show this generation the possibility for greatness with hard work and big dreams. Dr. Corbett, like many prominent African Americans, has a life that goes against false prejudices about Black Americans, spreading truth and hope to those who may have false misconceptions about others as well as themselves.